graceful and beautiful and physical and angry all at the same time.
Were you idiot, your mind would cave in and your heart would explode within your chest.
This is going to be a shame.
Here we go!
What's happening, everybody? Welcome inside a brand new edition of the Tall Can Audio Podcast. Matt Robinson with you, as always, in the TCA studio in beautiful Bytown, Canada, joined by one of our favorites, Ian McMartin from the WHIPR SNAPR Brewing Company. What's happening, man?
Hey, Matt, how are you?
Glad you came back. Man, I know you got a lot going on over at the brewery right now. We're going to get into a bunch of it. We will talk about your Senators as you and I sit here and talk Thursday afternoon. They're coming off a rough one. So I've got the upper hand when we start this particular conversation today. But we'll see. Things change fast, man. And they've got, who is it tonight? Seattle.
The Kraken.
Yeah. Lots to get into on all things here, but we always start with the beer, and today you have been good enough to bring the beer, and we are starting with this guy knows what's up.
It's professional.
Right there, right on the mic. And this,
good, too.
that was such a solid crack. It would sound like one of the ones that sometimes I artificially put into the show later if I'm like, I shouldn't have a beer tonight. It's just you and a 20-minute quick solo pod. You don't need to have a beer tonight, Matt.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, it's bullshit. We're pulling back the curtain a little too much here, showing the pro wrestling side of things, how you work the crowd a little bit. But this is one I know, you for the last several years anyway, have started the hockey season with a Senators Ottawa
based
hockey
on a red team.
Yes, we'll go Ottawa hockey themed beer and avoid any. Could be anything.
Manatic something or other.
Sure. Avoiding copyright law here, but something as a tip of the cap to the start of a new hockey season. Tell us about this one, man.
Yeah, so this one's called Juicy Rebound, and it's a New England IPA, so a little bit juicy, but it also
Your marriage is in good shape, right? This isn't
solid.
post-divorce and you're on the Juicy Rebound or anything like that?
None of that. Definitely not that.
Okay.
And it's got a little bit of bitterness, kind of like a New England Vermont-style IPA. So it's,
we're really
I like to say
zeroing in.
it's a juicy rebound, but you get your elbows up in the corners.
Oh, I like that. Okay.
And so the label itself has a player wearing a red jersey with number 7 on the back. Completely coincidental. Grabbing a juicy rebound against a blue team and about to pot that in the back of the net. So.
This year, nobody who may look oddly like Sheldon Keefe in the background somewhere.
There's not. Yeah. No. There's just random audience.
So as I take my first pull on this, you seem to have really zoomed in. I get confused, by so many things. But I often call it a Northeastern IPA, but it's also a New England IPA. You zoomed in even more and said Vermont IPA. What's the difference?
It's got a little bit more bitterness to quote unquote juiciness.
Oh, it
balance.
does. I like that.
It's not just pure, fruit, tropical, blah, 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 right in your face.
Right.
It actually has a little bit of bite, a little bit of balance to that. So it has
the
that
elbows
nice,
up.
Exactly. The fantastic nose to it. Has great flavor to it, but it also has a little bit of bitterness to make you want to go back for another sip.
Yeah, no, and you're right. This is not one that you would, when you kind of look at that New England IPA, it's often really juicy. This holds that, almost nice combination from the West Coast, bringing the bitterness with you a little bit, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's really nice. We do have some of this left. We released it for the start of the year, the start of the season. I guess what is last week. So,
just over a week ago, the season kicked off. For the important teams, just under a week for the less important teams. But, Red number 7. He's
out 4 to 6.
He's hurt.
A third of season, or who knows how long, according to different reports. Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah,
not a great start.
And you could sort of tell, was it the Monday game, I guess, where he didn't play in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, that's like, this isn't Travis Green sitting down the captain and trying to make an example of him. There is something wrong here, and this is a guy who just doesn't leave the bench.
I thought it was an extension of what happened to him last year coming out of the
That's right. There was something there.
Right. So I don't know if that was in the groin or back or something like that, but he got shoved in the back from Roman Yossi right into the boards, and I thought it might have been a back thing, but apparently it wasn't a hand or an arm or
wrist, something like that going on. Yeah, that's going to be tough.
That's not good.
Well, and we're going to circle in here in and out of the hockey and the beer, but we did see on Wednesday night against Buffalo, we saw a lot of things.
I didn't see any of it, actually.
Okay.
Well, I saw
that's
very
probably for
little
the
of it. We
best.
were watching the Jays.
Yeah, good call, man. That was the right call. But I'm curious, because there seems to be some mixed reviews here, and I guess they're going to be on display again here on Thursday night. The red jerseys,
Yeah,
the new
like
third
them.
jerseys. Do you like it?
No.
No.
I saw it on the TV, and I was like, "That's the Anaheim Mighty Ducks jersey." Just the red looks like this weird sort of dark orangey red,
Tinted orange, yeah,
and then
okay.
The shoulders are weird. It just didn't. It doesn't appeal to me.
And a lot of people, because they unveiled this a couple of weeks ago or a month ago or whatever it would have been, and a lot of people said, like, it's fine, but the shoulder stripe that you're talking about seems a little off. But maybe, like, you always got to be careful. Let's wait until we see how it looks over the shoulder pads and the equipment. And I don't know, man, like,
It didn't do it for me.
no.
And I'm big on design, obviously.
Sure.
But for whatever reason, it just doesn't balance out nicely. You need balance in your beer, but you also need balance in your imagery as
Sure.
well. And the uniform, it just didn't flow. It looks almost too punchy. Like if it had a little bit more of a darker, richer red.
Okay.
Almost like the flag behind you you're talking
Sure,
about.
the TCA flag here, yeah.
Yeah, which is fantastic that it's not blue.
Oversight in design. I was too cheap to say that. No, but you're right. Like, I see a lot of people, and this happens in any fan base, where you're like, okay, it's actually here now. I'm going to try and warm up to it, right? Like, I'm going to try and get there. And TSN 1200 on Thursday, I believe, their daily poll there was like, love it, hate it, indifferent to it. And love it got 54%. So there is a
Really?
slight majority.
I'm surprised.
But
I think that's just people going, oh, yeah, it's our team, so I have to love it.
now, the one thing that I did see people pushing back hard on it against was there was some tweets on Monday during the Sens home opener of people seeing the price of it in the team store.
I did see that.
And it was at like $345,
I saw one
$375.
$560. Oh, $560. It's like,
Oh my god!
save the $200. I don't need the tie down.
Seriously, man. For any jersey,
any jersey.
No, yeah. Short of it being like autographed by your favorite player in a Stanley Cup final game or Olympic final or something, don't even come at me ever with a 4 or a 5 or a. So, but it's one of those ones that's been. I don't know if it's divisive is too strong, but I do think a lot of Sens fans were not loving it when it first came out, and then you sort of get used to it a bit,
Yeah,
right? And you're like, I can get there. I can warm up
Can
to
you
it a little.
accept it? But yeah, like it's one of those things where
Not dissimilar, frankly, to the Leafs black Bieber jersey.
Yeah,
There was when those first came out, a lot of people were like, first of all, it's the Justin Bieber thing. I'm a big man. I don't like Justin Bieber and whatever. And Leaf jerseys, to be fair, have never been black before. So that was a little different. But the more you see them, the more you're like, all right, you wear them 8 times a year. You can live with it. And to be honest with you, I like it. I have one with Willie on the back
there you go.
and whatever else. But yeah, no, they take some time to warm up to, but some will just always be remembered as, that didn't work, and for 1 year
I just
it'll be
don't
gone.
like the color profile
Yeah.
and the overall design. There's certain elements to it that are good.
Yeah.
I like some of the laurels. I like some of the gold. I wish there was a little bit more, honestly. If you're going to go big or something, go like.
Well, and maybe
hard at it.
put that gold trim a little more prominently or something around the numbers. A lot of people are saying the black name and number on the red jersey is really
a little distracting or hard to pick up.
see. And so could you bring it out a little more with that gold trim around it? Something like that. It's been an interesting.
I don't know. Yeah. I guess we have to see it a few more times.
Sure, and you will tonight. Yeah, right back at it with the Crack in town. Yeah. What else right now? I want to talk to you a bit more about what's going on around the brewery. Events on the calendar. I have seen you're starting to hint at the Christmas calendar this year. We'll get to that a little bit. But what else is on the agenda coming up around the brewery, man?
Well, actually, in 2 weeks, October 25th, we have our haunted prom.
Haunted prom.
Haunted prom. So
It was
we've
just my original prom.
yeah. So
The goblin I went with.
well, I like to think of it as most of the people that hang out at the brewery are a bunch of losers, just like me, and didn't really do a prom. No, it's not true. But just doing something a little bit different, a little bit fun.
Yeah.
Get somewhat dressed up. Slap some paint on your face, nothing crazy, maybe just some soot off the fireplace or whatever, and come in for a fun night. So I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be interesting. We're going to have like a huge backdrop. We're going to have corsages and things, so it'll be a good time.
Or is it
DJ,
is it a dance? Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. We have a live DJ coming out, so I think it's October 25th, 7 to 11. Most of the tickets are already sold out. I think we've got maybe 25% of them left. So
Okay. We can link to that in the show notes at tallcanaudio.com. But that sounds interesting. I'm sort of intrigued by. Well, let's get right into this, man, because I went over a couple of weeks ago, as did you, to the, I believe, first annual Canada Craft Beer Fest.
Maybe last annual.
Maybe final annual. Ran into you there. Now, you had to scoot pretty soon after I had arrived, but there was some, like, for somebody like me who's just wanting to sample a bunch of things and enjoys the community of it all, I did learn about some breweries and tried some things that I hadn't tried before. But it wasn't particularly busy.
Yeah.
And when I ran into you, I guess it was early Saturday afternoon. You had also been there on Friday night. And I guess I should say maybe later Saturday afternoon. It doesn't matter. There was supposed to be another Saturday evening session. And they ended up taking down the barrier, I guess would be, for lack of a better term, between the two sessions. Like, instead of ushering us out from the afternoon session, it was just sort of people are wandering in as they please, and they weren't pushing anyone else out. I believe that's probably due to they didn't have numbers to be worried about
Didn't
it,
have
right?
enough people coming, and they wanted the people that were there to spend their tickets.
Sure.
Yeah.
So for somebody like you who's running a brewery, and I'm sure you have to weigh these opportunities, even like this one's sort of in your backyard, you're part of town. It's another opportunity to show off what you guys are doing. But there's a cost to doing it. There's, you know, both in running it and having people away from your own brewery, product to take. Yes, exactly. All of that. What was the experience like for this one, man?
Not great.
Okay. Yeah.
To be very blunt.
Yeah.
They were a little bit concerned with the numbers going in. They are very successful in New Orleans and they weren't sure how it was going to translate to Canada. I didn't love the location. It was in Canada North in the tech park in a giant parking lot. So
It really was just in a giant parking lot.
they probably got it for next to nothing or free.
Sure, yeah.
But it's not anywhere near any sort of public transit.
No.
Yeah, you can Uber, but
Yes.
it's nobody's going by accident and seeing it.
Right.
And I don't know how well advertised it was. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. But, you know, Canada North is not the neighborhood that would pull as many people. I think Canada South or like even out in Carleton Place, we had a great attendance out. Carleton Place had an event put on by Braumeister, and that went really well for what it was. But there was only 12 breweries there, and they had a couple hundred people. Orleans version in Canada, they're expecting a lot more. They have a huge party. Like, they have big bands that come out, and they have 30, 40 vendors. So
wow.
Yeah, and one of the reasons we don't love it and probably won't do it next year is that there's too many vendors.
In Orleans.
In Orleans and Canada.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, we won't do either because there's just too many vendors. You know, the opportunity for you to get any of the tickets, like if you are, as an individual, are coming in, how many tickets are you buying? 10, 12?
Yeah,
15,
like
20? You might
if
get
I'm
to
having,
every place once.
That's it. If I sample one beer from every brew, I'm stumbling out, right? Like 30. And this one allowed, the last one I had been to, and look, let's call a spade, down at the Bob Cajun Craft. It was the last one I went to. And they didn't offer sizes. You got a small cup when you came in, and you got whatever the smallest amount was from this. But you, at this one in Canada, could use this many tickets for a medium-sized pint, or a full-size pint, use a couple more tickets.
Right.
And so I feel like the smaller amount of beer, like the small cup, does encourage you to keep trying new breweries, new things. But at some point, yeah, you're right. If there's 30 breweries, and then sometimes distilleries or wineries are also
distilleries, ready to drink craft spirits. Like
and so you can't get everywhere.
No.
Like, you're not going to get a piece of everything.
No, and you know, if you don't have the numbers to back it, the people, you're just not going to get much back in revenue,
Right.
as a brewery. To make it worthwhile, and it proved out it wasn't worthwhile for us to be there.
Sure.
And yes, it is in our neighborhood. We were advertising the fact that, you know, we're not far away.
Yep.
We have the pizza, we got the beer now, and a lot of other options. So from that perspective, it was worthwhile because we were able to let people know about that.
And you did say on Saturday evening you were able to push some people from this back to the brewery, which is something.
Yeah,
but,
exactly. And it's not far, right? So that's definitely something. And we did the same thing with the Bell's Corners Beer Fest too. It's like, hey, we're literally down the street.
Right.
You know? So we're using these kinds of things as an opportunity to push people. Now, Orleans, it's almost too far for people to come across. Now, people will, but not very often.
Right.
But, you know, in our backyard, we kind of feel a little bit compelled to be in there. Just
Sure.
To, you know,
Well, like, I remember going into Broadhead when it was just a couple blocks south of here, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, got to know those guys a little bit and liked some of their beers and whatever. I think I've been there once since they moved to Orleans. Like, it's a big city. It's a lot. Yeah, no, it's a commitment now to go. And it's not a statement on the quality of their stuff. It's just, I got breweries much closer than that.
Well, and I don't like traveling for anything anymore. I live in my neighborhood where I work.
Yes.
If it takes me more than 5 minutes to get there, I'm not happy. There's one light. And if I catch that light, it's 5 minutes as opposed to 3 minutes.
Yeah. No,
and I don't like going past Bank Street. I used to, it's like, well, I'm not going to Quebec. Now I don't even like going past Green Bank.
Okay.
Like, it's an effort to come see you.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry about that. This is a bit of a trek now. No, as we get older and get more set in our ways and just... So, same thing with Orleans Brewing Company. Like, they make some nice stuff. I don't see them as often as I should.
But they're in most LCBOs and beer stores.
This is it, right?
Out,
but you don't get there for some of the specials that they have in-house only or whatever. Same with Broadhead. Like, it was... The fact that I drink them a lot less than I used to is not a statement on a change in quality of their beers as much as a change in their address.
Yeah, exactly. We were actually thinking about, because Sarah and I, my wife, have Mondays off only because we're either brewing or making pizzas and the business, that kind of thing. And nobody else is open Mondays either.
No.
we were like, where the hell are we going to go now? We've been to all the other places that are actually open.
Right.
And we're like, well, how about Broadhead? Broadhead's got meetings there, so we could actually go and have some barbecue and, go see some of the guys and have some beers. No, they're closed on Mondays too. Come on, guys.
Somebody's got to be doing that. Well, there's a bunch of, I've said this before on the, had I gone home for Thanksgiving, there's a few along Highway 7. Yep. And, 767 in Madoc has closed up. And, well, I shouldn't say closed up. They're under new ownership and have a new name. They've been rebranded. I haven't got the whole story yet, but they're right there at Highway 7 and Highway 62 in Madoc.
Right.
And so it's called Gold Rush Brewing now.
Okay.
And I would have liked to have stopped in and see if we changed any recipes, maybe meet the new guys, see what's going on, right? And it's the same at Kick and Push. Mm-hmm. It's the same often at Perth as you're coming through. I'm often coming home, like if I got to the cottage, it's because it's a long weekend, and so I'm coming home on a holiday Monday, and it's closed. Everybody's closed. So
it's
these limited offers,
the only day off for the breweries,
right? And so on all these times that I'm coming back through, going, "Are you open? Nah. Yeah. Are you open? Nah. Come on." Am I likely to drive all the way back to Madoc just to go to the brewery? Probably not. It's got to be on a time where I'm passing through, and it's so often that it doesn't work out. So sometimes the scheduling is just
it does. It sucks.
And these people deserve a day off somewhere.
Well, they do. And most of these places are pretty small, right? So it's the owners that are working in it, on it, around
100%.
it all the time.
They get to have Thanksgiving Monday if they want it. Right?
And that's kind of what we say too. Yeah. We have taken the opportunity to open on a few holidays. If we have nothing else going on, we're like, screw it, we'll just take off Tuesday and Wednesday instead or something like that. But that still impacts our business if we take off a Wednesday.
Yeah.
Right? So
and there's
decisions that are made.
Yeah. And your regular customers appreciate consistency of knowing when you're going to be there and not as well. So if you're suddenly going to disappear on a Wednesday that they thought you were going to be open, now that's a different can of worms.
Exactly,
so it's tough.
Well, this Sunday, Sarah and I are going to a pizza convention in Toronto.
Hey.
Yeah. She wants to look at all the toys, and I want to try all the pizzas. So we'll be closed on Sundays, and then we'll come back on Tuesday. And
this Sunday, not Sundays. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, just this particular Sunday.
Okay.
And then a couple Sundays after that, we're going to the beer one. So, yeah.
Nice. All right.
Yeah.
What's next across the table there? All right.
There we go. So we are approaching Halloween season.
We sure are.
We are.
As our buddy Steve Bunda was just here, for whatever reason, a guy who celebrates Halloween for 50 days.
Yeah. And he's saying, no less than 40 movies?
Yeah. Every year. He's just going through the horror movies. And you see it on the week after Labor Day. Suddenly on his Instagram, he's got different movies up.
I do none of the horror movies. I don't like any of it.
It's really not for me either. I have time for
I'm a big baby. I don't care. I'll admit it.
And it's for me, can I watch one of the Simpsons Treehouse of horror?
That's as far as I get.
That's where I get.
I think I watched Children of the Corn when I was 12 years old, and it messed me up forever.
See, this is it. I was like that. As a kid, I was scared of those sorts of movies. Yeah. And then, I don't know, there was a time in my late teens, early 20s where never the hardcore horror movies, but I would get into Saw because it was a big deal or something like that. And now I'm just I
don't know. I've got enough nervous energy and anxiety in my life. I don't need to add to it. I go home, I want to watch something stupid and easy.
This is it. Yes. So tell us about this one.
Right, this is Halloween beer. I guess it's number 1. We're calling it a countdown. We have 3 different Halloween beers this year.
Okay.
This first one I thought you might like.
Yeah.
It is a chocolate coconut porter based on a Bounty bar we call Bountiful.
Okay. Again, to avoid certain legal
litigations. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, you can smell that coming off it. Yeah.
It's a really nice dark chocolate, nice coconut.
Oh yeah. Fucking right.
Oh yeah, a juicy, creamy coconut.
It's got that creaminess to it. Yeah, that's really nice. And not for. I have time for the ones that do like overpower you with coconut. Yeah. That's not this for people who are looking for, who don't love that, who like it more subtle, who like it more. This is a nicely balanced. You can kind of taste almost like a behind the chocolate and the coconut, almost like a vanilla or something too. Maybe that's just the cream.
Yep,
yeah,
there's a little vanilla in it.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. What's the percentage on this one?
That's a good question.
On a porter here,
5.5.
Okay, so
5.5. I think we're in the mid range for all these. The first one was 5.7.
Okay.
So yeah, we like to live in that 5 to 6 range for the most part. We'll dip into the 4s quite often too.
I've seen you go hard the other way and leave that in my fridge.
Well, we can talk about
certain
Christmas
occasions.
in a bit too.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, because we're now a place for. Well, we've always been a place to come and socialize. But now with the pizza and people want to have maybe a couple of beers, I don't want to push them too far.
No.
Nobody's pounding 8% beers.
Sure.
At the brewery,
No.
Right, so. Anything we do like that, we'll make very little of it for keg.
Yeah.
And just have a little bit for on-site consumption and pour it into the small glasses and people can have a little taste of it or put it in a flight. But for the most part, we're sitting there 4 to 6%.
Yeah.
And it allows you to have a couple and enjoy them and still be able to walk away okay.
Come on in for dinner, have a pizza, have a pint or two, try a couple things, still be able to drive home or not ruin your Tuesday night or whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
So you mentioned going off to this... I don't know how to phrase it. You said it's like a pizza convention.
Pizza convention. Yeah, I don't even know what it's called.
But you guys are heavy into this now. Like you've talked about it the last couple times that you've come in, adding pizzas to the brewery, and it's become a serious part of the business.
It's huge.
How has that part, been treating you, and have people adopted it well? Like making it more of like I can stop for a meal as much as for a pint or for a snack or something.
We have people come in, and if the pizza's not going or if we've run out of dough, they're out. They're like, nope, I came to eat. I needed it. I heard the pizza was really good. I wanted to eat. I'm hungry. I got to go. If not, so. No, it's been going really well. Sarah makes absolutely killer pizzas. Everybody loves the dough. And it's kind of like the beers in that she's creating new, pizzas every week.
I see this on your Instagram. Like it seems like there's constantly like a different recipe if people want to try something new, right?
For sure. And it's when we're trying to address it, it's you can have a new experience every time you come.
Yeah.
You can try different beers. You can try different pizzas. There's always something new going on.
So for this type of convention, is this like networking? Is it more equipment to be more efficient? Like what?
I think it's a little bit of both.
Okay.
Just curious to see what other people are doing, what other people are using, because we're very, very new to the pizza game in general. And, we don't have a huge history we don't have any history in restaurant sort of management or anything like that. So we're still figuring out a lot of it as we go. And we just kind of want to see what's out there and what's available.
Yeah. And you mentioned, I don't know if it's this weekend as well, but there's a beer one coming up.
Yeah, the Ontario Craft Brewing Conference is coming up in early November.
Right.
And it'll be our first time. We've been open for almost 11 years now. First time going to it.
Why is that? What was the hesitance before? Just
it's money and time. Like I was working full time before, and I just never had any time.
Sure.
And the money, and Sarah's been wanting to go for a long time, so she said we're going. I'm like, okay, fine. So we're bringing a couple of our guys. We're going to go down. We're having a great time.
I can imagine a convention like that would be a pretty good time.
Yeah, well,
when you get that type of community together.
I'm a little concerned.
Yeah, where is it?
In Hamilton.
In Hamilton.
Yeah.
Hosted at a convention center or at somebody's brewery. Or?
Day one, Clifford is hosting a big get together.
Sure.
So, and Clifford is kind of like us. They're a little bit low key. They're not super fancy or anything like that. They just do mainstream beers, but they have a nice tap room, but it's not crazy over the top. Instagrammable type of thing. It's just casual and cozy, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm a little concerned for myself. I have some issues.
Yeah, I would imagine at this type of convention, not a lot of morning sessions planned for.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Can you just tell us, like, at this sort of thing, when you go down, again, is it about different practices? Is it about the equipment that people are using? Is there a little bit of everything? Is it networking? Like, when you go to something like that in the craft beer industry, what are you expecting to get out of you? When you say it was about cost before, is that the cost of shutting down the brewery, or the actual cost to get into the thing, or staying at wherever it is?
It's everything, right? We didn't have a lot of employees before, so leaving is tough. We have a few people available now that we can sort of go away.
Yeah.
Even still, we have to shut down our pizza oven for a Sunday, which is not a good thing, as I mentioned. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's all the above. I want to network with the groups that are going, see what they're up to, but I also want to see what's available. Who's doing different things for labeling or canning or any sort of packaging. I don't know. Just see what vendors have for me. I'm curious.
As the biggest thing I heard from a few of you guys after the tariff thing was tall cans in Canada. Like, they had to come in from the U.S. That's where most of you guys were purchasing your cans for. Has that situation resolved itself or become any easier? Is there anyone in Canada now that's taken over that part of it? Or
yeah, I'm not following it as closely as somebody like a Broadhead or Big Rig, or guys that are just canning massive amounts to go to the LCs and things. We will buy like 3 pallets at a time, which is 15,000 cans, and that'll last me a month or two, type of thing. Yeah. Whereas that would last other people like a week.
Sure.
You can go to some breweries and just see stack piles of these things. I'm like, oh, that's not what we're doing. And yeah, so it's not as big of an impact for me. So it's not my primary focus. I did do a little interview on CFRA one time. The guy wanted to talk about the tariffs and what the impact was. And I actually went back and looked at my invoices over the last couple of years. There was a noticeable spike around COVID, as you might imagine.
Sure, yeah.
But we're actually lower than COVID prices right now.
Oh, wow.
We did go up from December last year, but it wasn't crazy big. So yeah, maybe I'm just still buying existing stock, and I know a lot of suppliers have been trying to do that. Yeah, they are not passing along the tariff costs immediately. They try to stock up before things hit. Yeah. So they're trying to pass those savings along and hoping that something happens down south.
What that might be, we'll leave to anybody.
And things get reversed and we go back to normal. But I mean, it's a totally integrated system. Yeah, we grew they developed this integrated model where you get the aluminum out of Quebec, it gets shipped down to somewhere in the U.S., gets made into the giant sheets. The giant sheets, as a roll, get shipped back to Canada or somewhere else in the U.S., made into cans, get made into lids. So there's tariffs going back and forth every single time. So it can add up quickly.
Yeah, and I guess
the Americans are feeling it worse than we are.
Sure. Well, especially and especially if you're in Kentucky and into a different type of. But I guess I had heard, like, you could easily still get in Canada small cans, but for whatever reason, tall cans. So again, it's just part of this integrated system where that metal's being rolled and turned into whatever. I guess.
We haven't had any issues getting anything yet. Yeah. And whether or not the prices have gone up markedly, like, I haven't seen it. Yeah.
Well, that's good.
On a bigger scale, other guys have noticed it, and it's more of an impact for them.
Back to your Senators then here for a moment. Well,
I was coming in thinking, okay, who is more likely reaching for the panic button? Is it me or you? And, you reminded me that Brady's out for 6 weeks, and then we laid an egg again.
This is it.
Buffalo.
So, and somebody... Yeah, that one. It's Buffalo. That hurts. Although I made $20 off that on Wednesday.
Did you? That's
a buddy of mine who said, thank God Buffalo is next. Like, we can get back on track. And I was like... Buffalo is 0-3. They're aching for something. You're coming in there.
Had scored 2 goals in 3 games.
And then rolled Ottawa for 8. And Marilanen was not good in that game, but there was a lot of people who weren't overly good in that. But I said, I don't know, this just feels like one of those games where Buffalo breaks theirs, not you break yours break, right? And he goes, I put $20 on that.
I'll take
Let's do it. And I will take his 20 happily.
Huckleberry.
Yeah, that's it. So, but look, I'm one of those people who is able to look at a distance at the Sens and go, way too early for the panic button. The Brady thing hurts.
It's not great.
It hurts.
It's not great.
For sure.
It's not great.
And honestly, there was some moments in the first game or two where you looked at Allmark and went, oh, buddy, come on, man. Like we need. Now, he seemed in game 3 to have bounced back a little bit. He's got a Vezina, history. Like, we know this guy's a good goalie. He's going to be fine.
Come around. Yeah.
I think in a
just notoriously bad starts.
Yeah.
Like the last, 5, 6, 7, 8 years, whatever, that have been.
But it's normally November. Like, you get out to a fine October and then just
50-50 October and then just
throw up all over yourselves in November and dig out later.
But this, like, I was listening to another pod on the way and talking about
dare
Travis
you.
Green.
There are other pods?
I ran out of yours. I'm sorry.
That's on
Make
me.
more content.
Yeah, all right.
I have 24 hours in a day. And they were talking about Travis Green and the supposed defensive system, and they were much better defensively last year. They are the worst team defensively in the league this year. Second worst, has played one more game.
Yeah.
And they've given up more goals. They're averaging 4.5 or 5.5.
Yeah, and
it's brutal.
5-on-5 after being brutal last year. They're at 27. It's just
not good
all of these
around.
stats, though, for me, it's too early. Like, it's too early for any of them to matter, right? And you got to start your year in Tampa and Florida. Like, that's a tough start. Now, I know they beat Tampa, but your stats aren't going to look good.
Either.
No, nobody does. It's a death trip. It's like what it used to be to go through California when the Kings and Sharks and Ducks were all good at the same time. Going through Florida is hard, and I know they got the win against Tampa, but it's still not going to make your underlying stats look great, right? Those are going to be tough goes.
Yeah.
The Buffalo one, that's alarming.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it was a little.
And honestly, Nashville's
early
not
like you said. It's early to panic, right?
Yeah.
I didn't like the Nashville one.
No.
That was tough. And then the Buffalo one, sort of spiraling. Like, I wasn't even going to pay attention to it all that much just yet. It's like, okay, it's fine. 1-1 Florida, great, that's fine.
Yep.
Nashville, that's
just
tough.
one of those days, though. 1 p.m. on a Monday, early in the year, anything can happen.
That Monday sucked. Yeah. I sat up in the morning. I busted out my old powder blue Roy Halladay T-shirt.
Look at this guy.
And lay
powder blues are beauty.
Oh, they're so good. And then beside it lay my big black jersey. And it was a
less
big
enthusiasm.
Well, and I was like, and I posted it, and I said, hey, here's my outfit for the
big day. Yeah.
0-2.
Oh, yeah.
And we were at home. Like, it was a day off. We had some family there, and so it's like, okay, well, we got our biking in, we got our first beer in.
Yeah.
And then nothing but games for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
But just god awful.
The closest we've ever had, at least in Ontario, to an American Thanksgiving, where it's just football all day, right?
Yeah.
For me, an hour later, the Leafs were on at 2:00.
Right.
Lost
to Detroit for a second time, right?
Yeah, 2 in a row.
So
you're like,
one of the guys at the brewery is a big Red Wings fan. For whatever reason, I have no idea.
Yeah.
He's a little strange. It's fine. And there was somebody poking fun at him when the Leafs went up on Saturday on Detroit. And they're like,
2-0, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
You guys suck. You're garbage.
Yeah.
And Detroit came back and
roaring
steamrolled
back.
them.
Yeah.
And then somebody else was chirping him on, what was it, Monday?
Yep.
I guess, and saying, at least they're going to roll Detroit this time. Nope, didn't happen again.
No, and that was like, for the Leafs, that one was on Saturday. They were pretty bad all the way through, and I didn't know they'd blow the lead, but I wasn't shocked when they blew the lead because they just weren't playing that well. Monday, you're like, you're playing pretty well. Like, maybe you deserve to be in this one, but sometimes that's just the way it goes. You get rolled again, and now they had Nashville come in the next day and did what Ottawa should have done and punted those losers out of town. But you get back on track, but they haven't looked great either, the Leafs, to be honest with you, through the first. But again, it's 4 games. Everybody's sort of finding themselves.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you lose your captain, like the Sens have, I think what's going to make this tough for the Sens here for at least a couple of games is, okay, who are we now without him, right? We have to play a little differently. That drag you into the fight guy is not there. That guy in the corners is not. And I still think there's plenty of talent up front to score enough, but it's going to be who's going to take on that role of, or do we all have to do this as a group, right? The drag you into the fight thing, the be an asshole thing that Brady brings is suddenly missing, and that forces everybody to readjust a little bit.
Yeah, and they were concerned. Well, 5-on-5 scoring was a problem last year too, right? And reined in the offense to get more defense.
Yep.
And now the defense isn't there. So what do we got? Yeah,
And they've
Drake's just coming back.
Yep.
First game back yesterday. Great showing. So hopefully it comes around tonight.
Well, and they I believe I saw here on Thursday morning had shuffled the defense pairings a little bit, trying to see. I think they put Spence with Sanderson to see.
Right.
Sanderson's great enough
generate a little more
two-way,
offense,
and do that, and then maybe Zub goes with Shabbat.
Yeah.
But
Jensen is not looking great coming off of the injury still. So,
but that might be one of those things too that just takes some time. But Sens fans, not unreasonably, are a little jumpy about bad starts, right?
No,
Like we can't do this again.
Well, we can't afford it.
No,
nobody can.
Nobody can really. But Sens fans are ultra sensitive because they've been through it enough times, right, and seen it sink their last year. You sort of saw it in November. Like there was only lost 3 of 5, and everybody was like, "Oh fuck, here we go again."
Yeah.
And they managed to right the ship and go, "No, we're not doing that this year." Right?
Levi
and then
came in and saved the day.
yes,
won,
when Allmark went down, all of a sudden he comes in and goes, "No, like this is not going off that cliff. We're gonna steady this."
And then he didn't steady anything yesterday.
He did not help this time, but. It's early. It's all
it is-
early.
it's
We
all
got to
early.
preface it every
It's all
time.
fine,
Yeah.
and we should do is crack another beer.
Let's do that.
All right, here we go. Oh, there we go. So this is
Can I
Halloween.
just say, because I don't know if you gave us a name, and maybe it doesn't have one. The Halloween beer #1.
It's called Bountiful.
Bountiful. You did give me that name.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's fucking delicious. Was the point I was trying to get to? If you like a nice balanced dark beer with a little sweetness to it at Halloween, get in and get this one. Because
It's just like the candy bar.
it really is
You
quite
dig
nice
candy
that
bar,
way. Yeah.
it's right on.
That's right, man. Yeah.
Next up is a little bit of a play on nerds, let's say,
Nerd.
to avoid litigation. We call it Candy Hops.
Okay.
And the figurines on the front are very similar to the Nerds box, but are not the same.
No.
These
Enough
are little hops
differences.
running around here. So
Okay.
let's do that right there.
Thank you.
So yeah, this is
nerds.
another
Ish.
NEPA. It's a New England IPA. It's a little
Specific
bit
to
more
Vermont again,
juicy,
or-
candy forward, as opposed to the Vermont style thing. Obviously, being a candy Halloween beer, we try and balance it out. We got the chocolate one and we have the candy one.
Yeah.
yeah, and then later we have a scary dark one. But
Sorry, when you said scary dark, got my alarm bells went up going, oh, what's next? No, this is nice. This has like a lot less of the bitterness,
Yeah.
a lot less of the hoppiness. It is more closer to what you would typically associate with a New England. I'm one of those guys at Halloween who, as a kid, was like disappointed if you threw candy instead of chocolate in my bag. Like I was always one of those. And to this day, no, it doesn't translate that way into my beer drinking. Like I'm fine with that. Like I don't enjoy drinking coffee. I do love a good coffee stout or a good coffee porter. So these things don't translate. But this does have that more candy, sweet flavor to it that you would associate with, like you said, the aforementioned. Please don't sue us,
nerds,
kind of.
yes.
Yeah, exactly. The merds.
yeah, exactly, and that's what it's meant to be. We try and ratchet it up for this particular thing because it is Halloween candy oriented.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got candiness, the tropical sort of fruit flavors that you might think of when you would grab a box of Nerds and slam them back.
Sure.
Yeah.
Did you have a preference as a kid on what type of candy
I'm
you
not
got?
much of a sweets person, to
No,
be
at
quite
all.
honest. Yeah,
Even as a kid?
yeah. I'll hammer the stuff, but I'm not going crazy. And the bag of candy used to last me forever because it just didn't eat
Okay.
a ton of it. I would have been more of the Reese's Pieces kind of guy. I like the peanut butter.
Yeah.
I heard you guys down on the Rockets. I'm okay with the Rockets. They're fine. They're a nice sort of throw into the bag.
And like,
right?
if that's all that was there, like,
Yeah,
you
no,
went to
that's-
somebody
that's
like it
not
was
the-
fine, but it wasn't my go-to.
No, of
It
course
was like
not.
filler, right?
Yeah.
It was
I'm
Halloween
trying to think
filler.
of what I would have had. Nerds would have always been a good option. Any sort of sour thing would have been great.
Did you hear me talk about my Skittles? I'm getting a ton of blowback on that.
yeah.
People are like
Choking on
calling,
Skittles?
and this is it. People are calling me like they're calling me a lot of really mean things. I was like, I was in grade 3. I choked on one Skittle. But people are like, man up, have a Skittle. And I'm like, are those the same thing? Like, you're not a man unless you eat Skittles.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like something.
But I can't shy away from the idea that is what turned me off them. Like, I have had Skittles but I've never bought Skittles. Like,
So I did a Skittles beer about 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
You should have tried that. That would have gotten you over.
Well, I wouldn't have choked on that, so that would have been fine.
Yeah, well, you might have choked on it. I don't know.
But yeah, people have been hitting me hard for like someone came right at me like, sour Skittles, man. Like, what are you doing with your life without the sour Skittles?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's funny.
It's tough out there, man. People, you tread into the areas that they love, and all of a sudden things aren't funny anymore. If you're,
People are stepping all over you.
this is it.
Well,
yeah, so at Halloween, like for me, all the anything chocolate, but if like there would be times where my Halloween bag or whatever as a kid would at the end just be left full of like there's those brain things or nerds or sour candies or whatever. I would blow through anything chocolate and then the rest of it would just sit there and I wouldn't even get it's just never really been my thing when it comes to candy. And here to this day, like in this condo building, they don't let people in to trick or treat, but you know, I have, you know, some friends and they bring their kids by sometimes leading up. So you try and make sure you have some stuff around.
Yeah.
But if it's those mini chocolate bars, they don't last. Like I am one of those people who, as long as I know that's still sitting, like I think there's still one of those coffee crisps, and that's my least favorite. But I'm like, but there's still chocolate over there.
Coffee crisps are great. That's a Canadian treasure.
Nah,
it's so good. I've done a
elbows
coffee crisp
down
too.
But no, like if there's anything, if there's anything Reese's or O. Henry or like you said Bounty or what's the Mr. Big or
Big, yeah, anything with peanuts and nougat.
Oh yeah, like it won't last. Like if I know those kids are coming by to trick or treat, I can't buy it until like day of, or it won't be there. When
you know what?
Here.
I would have gone bags of chips. Bags of chips. Yeah, that would be me. I'm more of a salty guy.
Okay.
Yeah, and I love my cheesies. The proper Belleville cheesies. Hawkins cheesies. You've never had those?
I guess not.
Oh my God. You have to have those.
So is this closer to, because this has been a long time debate on the show between Rob and I, the puffy, soft, cheesy, or the hard, crunchy?
Yeah. No, the hard, crunchy, made with real cheddar cheese. Real Canadian cheddar cheese.
Okay. Oh,
Hawkins
see, look, he just threw an elbow up. He's trying to make me feel shame for not.
I can't believe you don't know these.
I don't know these.
You're not a salt guy. You're more of a sweets guy.
But I am more of a sweets guy, but that doesn't mean I don't have time for chips or cheese. You don't get this sweet figure by turning away snacks, right? Like it's,
Fair.
Yeah, but as a kid, like we used to get like they were almost like plain white bags with little Humpty Dumpty logos on them that were like a quarter of the size of even the small bag
you'd get four chips in it.
Yes, exactly.
You're moving more air than anything else.
This is it, man. I had time for that too. Those would be eaten after the chocolate, but before the sour.
Yes, I'm all about the salts.
Okay.
Love the salts.
So you've started to hint already here on your Instagram there for WHIPR SNAPR at the upcoming Christmas calendar that you guys do.
This will be year 6.
And you never, you're often in here in October to talk about what you got, but you're never willing at this point to give me the theme. No. You always have to wait. Yeah. But you have started to hint at it on your own social media feeds.
No.
Not the theme, but the types of beer? No?
No.
You're giving me nothing, eh? It's on your Instagram.
Yeah, fair. All right. So, yeah.
This isn't me trying to pull something out of you. You publicized it.
So I am posting different things in terms of when we're brewing. And, you can see the malts going in and whether or not it's a dark beer or something. But I'm not saying, okay, here's a blah, blah, blah style beer.
Right.
I'm not, and I'm definitely not saying the theme.
Of the theme, no.
Or any of that.
But there has been a wink or two at the type of beer that's been, at least over the last week.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, well, what did we do yesterday? Yesterday. Yeah, we did 2 stouts yesterday. Well, actually, 1 stout, 1 porter.
Okay.
So
you still have my attention.
Yeah. One of them may have chocolate and one of them may not.
Okay. Still good. Still good.
One of them may be over 8%, one of them may not.
Yes. Okay.
We're actually, we brewed beers 7 and 8 yesterday.
Okay.
So
do you do them in order?
No.
Okay.
No.
So like when you say 7 and 8, you have 1 through 6 done, or
we have 1 through 6 done. Okay. It doesn't mean that's 1 through 6 in the box.
When they will appear,
it's 1 through 12 in terms of how we sort of listed what we're doing.
Right. And so
it has no order in mind whatsoever. It's just kind of like, here's the 12 we're going to do. I listed this one first, so yes, it's number 1. We call them, we do X1 through X12. Yeah, every year.
So yeah, you've, for our new listeners here, this is an advent calendar, 12 days of Christmas beer miss. Do I have
12
that right?
days of unfiltered beer miss.
Unfiltered beer miss.
Yes.
Is this another, let's not turn people away with calling it Christmas or?
No, it has nothing to do with that.
Okay.
It was just clever.
Beer miss,
relatively clever play on words.
I get that.
I'm not too clever, but it's fun.
It is. And
we like doing it.
And over the last couple of years, there's always been different themes, whether they be music, whether they be the, I think once was
we did movies. So we've done 5 years.
Yeah.
The very first year, obviously, we didn't really have a plan behind it. It was just like, well, I'm going to do 12 beers. But I did have a sort of a concept in terms of the artwork and sort of trying to have a theme or a style across all 12. And the first year was Art Deco. I don't know why I picked it, but I thought it was really cool at the time, and so I did that. And then year 2 was Christmas movies.
Yes.
But I did it in an art style of ugly Christmas sweaters. Yeah. And then year 3 was Christmas music. And I did it in like a 50s sort of cartoonish style where they're in the TV set. Year 4 was the 12 Days of Christmas.
And so that one had, your 5 golden rings,
Correct,
all the birds involved
that,
in that.
And that was the worst sort of design I had ever done in terms of complexity. I still have nightmares about it. But it looks fantastic. It was really fun. And then last year we did the Island Misfit toys.
That's right. Yeah.
And so I made up a bunch of different characters and gave them backstories and had a little path for everybody to travel this island of misfit toys to find all the beers.
And that's it. Like, there's always something extra to it, right? Something that's kind of fun each day you open. Obviously, you get to be surprised by what the beer is. And, man, the attention to detail. Like, each beer is individually wrapped. It has the number on it in terms of which order to have. But then there's actual wrapping paper on it.
There's actual wrapping paper. Sarah's in the middle of cutting up 4,500 pieces of paper that we're going to wrap.
In between asking her to make the pizzas.
Yes.
She doesn't have time to go to a pizza convention this weekend.
She doesn't.
Stay in the workshop, Kirby.
It's not great. Yeah.
But that's the part that makes it fun. And I have seen, like, on the back of these cans, there always is a little extra story, a little joke or two here. The Misfit Toys one was really funny.
It was funny. It was. Yeah. I mean, it was probably organizing the look of the label took more time than the actual sort of design of the individual ones, and I was a little bit late on it, so it was a little bit sloppy, but it was fun at the same time. Again, it was fun. I wasn't sure how people would pick up on it, but it was based on the like Barbie packaging, so they all look like action figures in a box,
right?
Type of thing, right? So,
and they all had a different kind of name and where what they had meant to be as a toy and why they maybe didn't pan out as mainstream toys and stuff. It was really fun in that regard.
Mr. Pavlova head was one of my favorites. Oh, that's right. It was the Misfit Toys because they failed, right? So
yes,
based on
that's right.
The
so
Rudolph, or was it Frosty? Rudolph.
Yeah, Rudolph.
Story, yeah.
Who wants a caboose with square wheels?
Exactly. Who wants a Mr. Pavlova head? As soon as you stick something in, he breaks.
It was really fun in that regard. And, obviously you're not going to give us anything here on the theme, but when you get to open it up and you not only see the beer, there's often the art or the explanation or something that goes with it. It makes a little kind of extra something as you're going through it. Yeah,
it's just a little bit fun. It's a little bit different, right? It's not... just throwing out 12 beers with the same sort of wrap around it. There is something to it, and there's some thought. There's a lot of thought put into it.
Yeah.
Whether or not that translates into when you're cracking the beer and drinking it, hopefully it does. But
and you have seen other breweries do it where it's just like the same brewery, and that's fine. Like if a brewery wants to do their own, obviously that's what you're doing. But it's just like, here are 4 of our beers rotated 3 times through. You're like, that's not a thing. That's not different every day, right? And so
put a snowflake on it. Doesn't make it a Christmas.
That's right. And you can sort of tell the people who've put the extra effort in and given it the extra time.
And these are 12 brand new beers as well,
right?
Like I did a quick video on it the other day of the last 5 years, and it's 60 different beers we've done just for Christmas. Jesus. So we're
when you told me just before we fired up the mics today that you had done 8 beers over there just in the last month.
Yeah.
That year. So this is, for people who've listened to this show for a while are aware that that's one of my favorite things about your brewery is the turnover, right? But at some point, that's got to be, have you seen the Family Guy episode where Santa's just out of gas. Like, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah,
I'm
and
out of Christmas cheer.
People ask about it all the time. You're going to start running out of ideas. And I mean, honestly, we're running out of Halloween candy at this point too. Like, name a candy, we've pretty much done it.
Right.
But we still found a couple that make it interesting and fun, and we'll continue to do that. And that's what makes it interesting for me, is trying to do something different. And we have a bunch of different sort of side series as well, like West Coast IPA series or whatever. And it makes it interesting for me. We have big canning days where we're canning up one of our mainstays, and we're doing like 60, 80 cases. I'm like, oh my God, this is so boring. Like, because it's not as interesting to package it up. And, when you first get that first can going, it's like, oh, well, let's taste this and see how it finally came out, and you get to enjoy it. And because we do small batches, we'll do 2 or 3 in a run,
right?
So that's a fun day.
Yep.
But when you're doing 60, 80, 100 cases of the same thing, it's like, we've done this before. I'm like, I don't know how these other guys do it,
right?
Where they're and they make fantastic beers, but to make the same beers, and they make them really well, but to make the same thing and then package it again time and time again, to me, it's a little more.
It would become mundane
a little bit.
Yeah.
And to
me, like, it seems like your passion is more the creative part,
definitely
both
the creative side
in the brew, like the beer recipe, and then everything that goes with it, the art, the name, the backstory.
We like to have fun, and to me, that's fun. And a lot of other people pick up on it. We do have customers that don't appreciate it as much because they found that one beer that they like, and maybe it's not there anymore.
Yeah.
But I'm like, well, you'll probably find something else you like.
No doubt about that. Like, there's always something that'll be at least in your general range, right? Your neighborhood. So,
and I got one more here, quick.
We will have one more, because you got my attention there when you mentioned it to it.
It's scary. I call it scary. It's not really that scary.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
It is a Czech dark lager. So normally for our birthday, we make a Troublemaker, which is 10% 100 IBU.
I know it well.
IPA. But I decided this year to not do it because, again, not many people are drinking 10% beers. And I'm like, I've done this for the past 10 years. So let's do something slightly different. Something that still borders on it's scary because it's black, but it's not really all that scary. And it's a Czech dark lager. So it's not even that crazy. It's 5.3%.
5.3%. Yeah, that's not
But it's
crazy.
called Cool Night Air.
Okay.
So, and it's it's kind of cool. It's based off of a song by Deftones, Passenger. So it's nice.
Okay. Oh, see, yeah, that's right on my palate, right? When I talk about like the old Flame Raven or whatever, like dark lagers like that aren't going to overpower you, aren't meant to have that nice flavor that you can just kind of cruise on all night. Like, we talk all the time about different beers that, I like that a lot, but there's no way I'm ever going to sit down at somebody's campfire and have 6 of them. This is one you would sit down and you would cruise on for the night, right? Like,
it's got a really nice flavor, got great body to it, but it snaps finish.
Yes.
And you're like, okay, now I need another sip, as Matt is demonstrating.
I do that. It's got like a fuller body for a lager, and it's still got that kind of darkness to it, but not in an overpower. Like, if you don't like stouts, you would never, like, I wouldn't say rule this out. Like, this is still it's like a lager with a little more flavor to it. We had the other day Brent Wallace on the show for the first time.
Yeah.
He wasn't sure what he wanted to try out of the...
He kept that 3.8% dark lager.
It was a dark lager, but it was a little lighter on the percentage side, but he was like, I'm going to be adventurous. And I'm like, light dark lagers, your adventure. All right. Power to you. Welcome. Glad to have you on board.
Yeah.
But he said the same thing. He's like, I normally like lagers. The dark part scares me a bit. And he goes, that's nice, right? Like, it's got a little extra something to it, but not in a way that if porters turn you off or stouts turn you off, this wouldn't turn you off. This is just a little extra flavor to it.
It is. And we like them. We like making darker beers, but they don't sell because our people are afraid of them. Yeah. Now,
they have, like, dark beers in any way just sort of have that reputation that's like, that's like the
it's
whatever.
Even Guinness. People think Guinness is like, this is a big scary beer.
Right.
It's a super light, super crushable beer.
Yep.
Like, it's so good. So good.
But it's the darkness. I think it's the color that makes people go, that must be like beer pushed to 11.
It's like what people would think of when they see Troublemaker or Troublemaker beer.
Okay,
that would
but
be
that
the
is
exact
troublemaking. That is a problem
It is what
beer.
it says it is, yes.
That will be back, right? Even not this year I get it, but it'll be back at some point,
Maybe
right?
someday. Yeah.
Okay, because that is like
Maybe someday.
a Matt favorite.
We get into the stage now where some of the beers that we call fan favorites come back every 2 years,
Okay.
or 3 years. Like I think we released F&L earlier last month, and that's a British IPA. We love British IPAs, but nobody else buys them, or well, not nobody, but
Yeah, it's a harder
It
sell.
doesn't sell out in 2 weeks, let's say.
Sure.
It lasts 4 or 5, which
Yeah.
is insane. But yeah, it's we turn them. We still like making new things. I like going back, but
I get it.
it doesn't have to be every year.
No, I get it.
But we will be
have
making
to
Dog
come
Hog
back.
this year too.
Ooh,
Yeah.
okay.
So yeah, that'll come out in mid-November.
Yeah. I'm curious when you talk about things like Troublemaker and what'll be back and what's worth remaking for you. Like, do you get to a point where, like, I could make Troublemaker again, but I got to tinker with it a little bit? Like, is it
I
different?
tinker with it every time.
Every time?
I tinker with. So we don't repeat very many beers.
Right.
The big beers that we have, like mainstays, we try to tinker with very, very little.
Right.
We'll maybe do 1 or 2%.
We have some regulars who come here because they like this one. I don't want to.
Yeah, I don't want to mess around
significantly
with it too much.
change it on
exactly.
them.
If I find, my palate changes over time, I'm like, well, I think this has turned a little bit this way. I'd like to go a little bit that way.
Yeah.
Things that come back on a yearly basis, they can have, 20% change. It's loosely affiliated with the previous version.
If you like this, you'll probably like this one too. It's
exactly.
close enough. Yeah.
And even some of the ones that we bring back, we'll bring it back as we bring back back to school every year at the end of August for going back to school.
Yeah.
But every year it's a completely different label and it's a completely different beer.
Right.
And we've gone through stages where there's it looks like a chalkboard. And we've had math on it, we've had chemistry, we've had physics. This year I made one based on Trump. And then we decided not to do that. And I was like, okay, so we can't be serious. So instead I did a kindergarten chalkboard. And
So
everybody
close
loved
enough.
it. Everybody loved it. So I can't argue.
No.
I thought it was super fun.
So essentially, you did the same thing.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same intelligence level.
This is it. Yeah. No, it's always fun, man. And like I said, you and I have had this conversation before. Like, power to the guys who have their 4 or 5 recipes they really like,
And they kill
and they
them.
do well, and they do
so
great.
well.
It's
They're
nice,
so good.
and I got love for that. I like the idea of knowing when I go in here, this is what I can count on. I know I'm going to enjoy it. But I've also got that palate that's constantly like, you walk into, I don't even know, a roadhouse or a pub or whatever, and you're like, oh, there's one there. I don't know that one. I haven't tried that one. Like, I got to have the new one, right? I got to try the new thing.
Yeah.
And that's what keeps other breweries. Like, everybody's got their own approach to this thing. And
Exactly. Everybody operates in a different way. And,
Yeah.
and if we all did it would be the same way, it would be very, very boring.
100%, man.
Yeah. I like to do different things because it keeps me interested and keeps it going for me. Otherwise,
Yeah, there's got to be a reason for you to keep going,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
otherwise, it's like you said.
do what interests you.
Yeah.
A lot of these guys get off on making an absolutely perfect beer and
Yep.
nailing the numbers, and I can totally appreciate
Sure.
it and the chemistry of that. It's just not me.
Yep.
it's not who I am.
No.
I like to do well and brew good beer.
Well, you're always the one that I point to with different people in here who turns over your lineup the most. And Vimy is always the one that I point to as kind of old steady. And that sounds condescending. It's not meant to be.
not,
I
no.
really like Vimy's beers. They make
fantastic
really nice
beer.
stuff.
And they're
if-
great guys.
Yeah, they are really good guys. And they're stout, I love. They're red, I love. And if you go in, occasionally there's different stuff on tap that they're toying around with. But for the most part, they lean on their big boys, right? And that's what's made them successful. And so they lean on that. And there are many ways to skin a cat, right?
And their business model leans to that
Yeah.
too, right? So our business model leans to having different things, new things, pulling people back in. Their business model leans to, we got to hammer out all this really tasty beer and
get it in the LCBO is more their push too, right?
get it into people's mouths that love this beer, day in, day out.
So last thing for you here as we wrap up, we've talked some Sens. I don't know that you and I have ever had this conversation before. In the summer, are you normally a Blue Jays guy? Do they have your attention now if they normally don't?
So I've always been a massive Blue Jay fan.
Okay.
I grew up, I'm a little bit older than you, but throughout the 80s, before this thing called the interwebs, I would go into the newspaper, and I'm a massive stats guy.
Yeah.
I like the numbers. So I was always big into baseball. I used to play, baseball management.
Sure,
games,
yeah,
that
yeah.
type of thing. Like, just super stupid.
Statomatic
nerdy
or whatever it was called.
Exactly.
Stratomatic.
Out of the park baseball. I a lot of that. Stupid things. Anyways, so I was a huge baseball fan. I loved it. I followed in the 87, 90, like 92, 93.
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic. I've got the mug on my desk of I think it was 92 or 90. I can't remember which one, but the World Series winning championship cup type of thing. It's come and gone a little bit since I've had less time to do things and less time to watch things.
Yeah.
But yeah, when it gets to be important, I'm all over it, and I'm always following.
Yeah.
But we're watching it.
This is one of those years where it kind of seemed to roll like a snowball, right?
Yeah.
People, oh man, maybe these guys are for real, and here we are in the ALCS. You and I are sitting here on Thursday afternoon. We haven't seen Game 4 yet, but the Jays punched back in Game 3 and at least woke up, made it feel like there's going to be a series.
No kidding.
And
losing first 2 games at home and then going to Seattle for 3. Oh,
for
God.
3, like that's
Against
the nightmare.
The best part of the rotation.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So I'm curious, Max Scherzer. Everybody will be hearing this, for the most part after we've seen what happens there. What's your confidence level? Can the old man find it one more time, or are we going to see more of what we saw in September where he just looked like he didn't have it anymore?
Yeah, it's a good question. Like he's so stubborn.
He's rested now, and
he's an angry bastard, right?
He's kind of almost got that Jack Morris thing to him in '92, where you're just one more time. He's
just
pissed
let
off
him
enough
go
to
and work his way
do it out of
through
spite.
it. And sure, I'm going to give up 4, but we'll score 6, kind of thing. And don't pull me in the 3rd damn inning.
Well, because there was people in Game 3 after what Bieber was going through in the first inning going, he doesn't have it tonight, get him out of there. And then he cruised for like 4 innings after that. And that first inning hurt you, but when you put 12 on the board afterwards, you'd be all right.
And obviously the last couple of years, it's really been focused on, analytics and trying to get the right combination, the right matchup. But like, obviously, when I grew up, it was all about guys going 6, 7, 8 innings. If you went less than 6 innings, you were doing horribly.
Yeah, you were a loser.
You worked your way through things.
Jack Morris, who I mentioned, pitched a 10-inning shutout in the playoffs in like 91 or whatever it was. So.
Or he would go 9 and give up 6. And
just be in there. Yeah.
He's like, stay the fuck on the bench. I've got this.
Yeah.
I'll take the ball and I'll toss it. And they just need to do more of that. Like Gosman should not have been pulled. Savage could have worked his way through things. Like he had a tough start, but work your way through.
I got time for the Gosman one. Yes, Savage just being as young as he is and the innings count and all the stuff that goes into that.
Count,
Gosman, though, is an old vet. Yeah. If he had said, I'm still good to go, I'd have left him in, too.
Oh, he was so angry when he gave up that home run.
Oh, yeah.
He was so angry. And that obviously led into the next walk. But
this is the, you've heard it before on the show and whatever, we're going to put it out here now so that most people who hear this after the fact can judge us and laugh at us and point at us. I'm saying Scherzer has a sterling outing. Maybe it only goes 5 innings.
I think
but he's going to have. It'll be a good 5 innings. You're going to see a little bit of that in his eye, that old Max Scherzer that I can do this based on spite more than anything
Exactly,
else,
and that's
right?
what I'm thinking too. Yeah. And I'm going to go watch it at the brewery tonight. And every time we've been watching the playoffs at the brewery, we've won.
Beauty.
So every time I'm at home, we've lost. So we have to watch at the brewery.
You're not going home. All of this stuff that we have sampled is available now at the brewery, if I'm not mistaken.
That's correct.
Juicy Rebound out there now. The Halloween beer number 1 was the Bountiful, and this most recent one was we've had one in between.
We had the hops, the candy hops as well.
The candy hops. So some Halloween themed stuff going on, and on the website now, I believe you can pre-order the Christmas calendar.
Correct. Yeah.
All of it at the WHIPR SNAPR website. We will link to that in the show notes at tallcanaudio.com. Man, always appreciate your time, your insight.
It's always good to talk. Yeah, talk sports, drink beer. It's good times.
You've, as is usually the case, not disappointed in what you brought to the table here this time. So the art often not my thing, but the beer is always great.
No, there's one can that here is particularly good for you.
All right. So there it is, the Juicy Rebound and the Bountiful, the Cool Night Air, and the
Candy Hops.
All of it available now at WHIPR SNAPR, and the Advent calendar to come. So we'll link to that in the show notes. That may or may not be it for this week. We're waiting on a guest to get back to us. We'll see. But If she doesn't, have yourselves a great weekend. Enjoy what's left of... oh, that sounded very ominous. Enjoy the weekend's Blue Jays action. Enjoy Thursday's Sens and Leafs action. We'll see. We'll see how... It's early for almost everything, except the Jays, in which case we need it tonight, Max.
Let's get it done.
Need it tonight.
Get it done.
For Ian McMartin, my name is Matt Robinson. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next
I
time.
thought it generally sucked. I didn't think it was a specific suck. I thought it was like an all-encompassing type of suck. So, we're going to try and rectify that. But for right now, I'm going to be pretty pissed about it.